So just give you an idea of who we are real quick. You saw a little bit of a clip, but Vicki and I created this 15 years ago, and we were both working in schools and just saw a real big need of how can we give our children some skills to go out. And, you know, a lot of people say we're prevention, but we like to think of it, even before prevention. Because if I say we're prevention, then I'm saying, oh, maybe something's going to happen here, and there's a good chance. But the idea is that we come in and we kind of start in the very, very young age. It was kind of neat watching the movie The Dama Brothers, and then Old School, and you know how they were doing adults, and then they were doing middle school and high school kids, and we're doing little babies, and giving them the skills, giving them the opportunity to speak, to say what's going on. You know, it's really sweet. It always tears me up when I watch that because I know a lot of those kids, and I work with them, and just knowing what they went through and how they were able to finally say what was actually going on, and know that they were being labeled. A lot of those kids that were the ones who have all that going on are the ones that are labeled at a very young age. And of course, if you're labeled at 7 or 8 years old that you're the bully or you're the bad kid, guess what's going to happen? We could do a ton of work around that, but that's the worst thing we can do right there. So we've taken that label off. And so we're going to get a little bit of an opportunity to experience what some of our kids experience every day. Everybody, Vicki Abadesco.
What's up, party people? I'm really glad to be here. Thank you. We are so honored to be among so many fabulous and caring and loving people. So thank you all for letting us have a few minutes to share the work that we're doing in the world. We started Soul Shop 15 years ago, and with 2 schools, one in Dublin, California, and one in San Francisco, which totaled about 600 kids. And since then, we've reached over 300,000 elementary students, and about 80,000 of those kids we reach every school year. And so the work that we do is really based on what helps us to feel safe. What environment can we create so that kids can be free to be who they are? And so every day we get to walk in these schools and work with these young people, and every day we get to watch them stand up and courageously share what it's like for them to be who they are. So we watch these 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids stand up and say, oh, that's what a bully is? I've been doing that to you since we've been in kindergarten. And I'm sorry, and will you forgive me? We listen as kids stand up and they say, I'm in the 3rd grade, and this is what's happening to me in my home. Can someone help me? So these little beings come to school every day with all of this stuff. And they're expected to learn, they're expected to get good grades, and they're expected to behave and be good kids. And I'll tell you, for me growing up in an alcoholic home with violence in my home, it's really hard to do those things. And sometimes being a good kid, it's just difficult. As an adult, it's hard for me to be a good adult sometimes when I've got stuff going on. And I'll tell you, with a lot of these stories that we hear, these kids, if I was going through that, of course I'd want to come to school and hurt somebody or hurt myself. So in a moment, what's going to happen is we're going to do a little activity with you. So I want you to just take a look at the people that you are sitting around. And I just want you to notice some of the people that maybe you haven't had a chance to connect with yet this weekend. So just notice, take a look around, who's in the space with us. Excellent. And so when I say go, your job is to find 3 other people that you do not know that well or haven't had a chance to connect with, and you're going to sit next to those people. So maybe it'll look like facing each other. So maybe it's like 2 people on one side of the bench, 2 people on the other, but you're facing each other. So we want you in a group of 4. Group of how many? 4. Awesome. Go ahead and make that happen. Group of 4, go. Great. Take 15 more seconds to make that happen. 15 more seconds. Make it happen. Thank you. So as you are sitting with your people, you are in a group of 4 or 5. Raise your hand if your group has less than 4 or more than 5. Nicely done, everybody. Thank you very much. All right. So as you are sitting with these people, as you're listening to my voice, just notice the people you are sitting with. So just go ahead and just take a look at these people. Who are these people sitting next to you, across from you? So oftentimes we come to events like this and we just notice, right? We might notice people, we might be curious, we might have thoughts that kind of float through our mind about who are these people? Who are they really? What are they really like? And our minds, automatically, we might make some assumptions. Research tells us that it takes 7 seconds for us to make an assumption about somebody the minute we just lay eyes on them. 7 seconds. So just notice what thoughts you have about the people you are sitting with right now. So just notice. So just notice. So in a moment, what's going to happen is each person is going to have a chance to receive. So the things that I know about the people that's here this weekend is we are givers. We've got lots of gifts to share, and we want to be of service. So I want you to notice that about the people you're sitting with right now. Just take a look at the people you're sitting with, and can you see the good of who they are? Can you see the way that they want to be of service to their communities and to the world around them? Can you see their goodness? So in a moment, what's going to happen, each person is going to get a chance to receive hearing the goodness that the group sees in them. So in a community full of givers, this is an opportunity for you to receive. So every day when we go into schools, one of the things that we want to support young people with is getting their goodness, getting who they are and how they are a contribution to the community. And even though you may not know the people you are sitting with, you see the good in who they are. You see it, because it's always right there, even though we may forget it ourselves. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to have the person who has on the most blue. So notice who has the most blue in your group. And if you are that lucky person, go ahead and raise your hand if you are that lucky person. Nicely done. All right. So here's how it's going to work. Lucky person with the most blue on. Here's how this is going to work. So you, again, are going to have the opportunity to receive the goodness that your group sees in you. So your job is to stay silent. Your job is to listen with a big open heart and big open mind, and ears to hear the goodness that they want to share with you. So the group will have about 2 minutes to share this goodness with you. And so that might sound like, wow, what I noticed about you is your amazing courage. Thank you for the stand that you take for your community and the world. And you'll just share that. And again, it's 2 minutes for everybody in the group to share with that one person. I'm going to keep the time, and so you'll just keep going until you hear my voice. And then at that point, the person that was receiving, they have the opportunity to say thank you. And then I will tell you in which direction we're going to move. Okay? So let's put all of our focus and attention on person number 1. So that person with the most blue on. Again, just consider yourself big open heart to receive all of this goodness. And group, you have 2 minutes. And again, I will tell you when it's time to switch. Go ahead. And just go ahead and pause where you are. Just pause where you are, and the person who was receiving, just go ahead and take a breath. Take in all of those great things, knowing that you are each of those things and so, so much more. And now we are going to go ahead and we're going to move to the left of the person in blue. So moving to the left of the person in blue. Person number 2, again, big open heart to receive all of the goodness of who you are. And group members, be generous in your sharing. Go ahead. And just go ahead and finish that sentence. And go ahead and pause where you are. So person who is receiving, just go ahead and take a deep breath in, knowing that you are all of those things and so much more. And now we'll move to the left to person number 3. Person number 3, all of our focus and attention on this amazing person. Go ahead and share the goodness that you see. Go ahead. And go ahead and finish that sentence. And pause where you are. And pause where you are. And person that was receiving, just go ahead and take a deep breath in, knowing that you are all those things and so much more. And moving to the left, we're on person number 4. All of our focus and attention on this fabulous person. Share generously all the good you see in this person. Go ahead. And go ahead and finish that sentence. And pause where you are. Just pause where you are. And person receiving, just go ahead and take a deep breath. Knowing you are all of those things and so much more. We have one more round to do for groups that have 5. If you're in a group of 4, this next round you're just going to go around the circle and you're going to finish the sentence, what I like about myself is, and you just keep going around the circle until I tell you to stop. Groups of 5, you have one more fabulous person. One more fabulous person. All of our focus and attention on the goodness of this amazing human. Go ahead. And go ahead and finish that sentence. And just go ahead and pause where you are. Pause where you are. And groups of 5. If you are that 5th person, just go ahead and take a deep breath, knowing that you are all of those things and so much more. And just go ahead and turn to your group and thank them for their sharing. All right. So, question for you. How many of you feel a little differently about the people you are sitting with now than you did when you first started this activity? Raise your hand. Yeah. How many of you feel like you know the people you were sitting with a little more than you did a few minutes ago? Excellent. Thank you. So this is what it takes, right? It's just that moment just to look at somebody and say, here's the good I see in you. And so again, when we are building life skills and building character in schools, part of it is really helping young people and the teachers and the parents, reminding them about the good of who they are and who do they really want to be in the world. And so when somebody tells us that someone's being a bully at a school, we look at that bullying behavior or try to look at, is that how you want to show up in your life? And a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kid knows exactly how to answer that question. Who do you want to be in the world? And they show up by just asking them that question. So thank you for taking a moment to learn about the people that you are sitting with right now and to appreciate them and their goodness. Thank you for the goodness that you bring into the world every day by the people that you love, by the ways that you serve, by the ways that you give every single day.
And I've heard it said over and over again this weekend. And Crystal, you said it, that this practice is just love. It's just a practice of love. And that's what we're bringing to schools. We're bringing, hey, maybe we can stop and love each other for a few minutes here and just notice each other. And how many of you remember elementary school? How many remember being a little one? How many remember maybe being teased? How many remember maybe being shut down a little bit of your essence and a little bit of your beauty? And so our goal is to bring that out, bring it out right away and let them know right at a very young age. But so our request for you now is to take care of that little child in you and notice where that got taken away a little bit. And it never actually got taken away, it just got suppressed. And bring that back out and notice that in everybody you pass by, just how powerful we really are. So thank you.